I'm live. I'm live. Hello, boys and girls and moms and dads of all ages, and welcome to another Trippy Food live stream brought to you once again by modern science and the magic of chemistry or modern medicine, as it were. So it is good to be back again. As you can tell from my voice, I'm not running on all cylinders. So I can't remember the name of it, but I'm pretty sure that this is a altitude related, illness, if that's what you want to even call it. So I like my ear tubes feel like someone's squishing them, and I got, I don't know, mucus, I guess, for lack of a better term. But other than that, feel fine. So I am trying to medicate and stay with you. Get some nice hot tea with lemon here. Well, Julie's here, Janice is here, Jared's here. Well, it's a party. You might as well get started. So I was talking about modern medicine, through the magic of modern medicine. So let me kind of explain. Again, I'm still in Colombia. We'll be for a little bit, and things are very different here. Like when I'm looking for something, Claudia just looks at me and says, "No, they don't do that here. You can do that here." So today I wanted cough drops. And so we went to a pharmacy to get cough drops, and I was expecting, like a little package of, like a little package of Halls, or maybe like a bag of like Ricola or something along those lines. Oh, no, they don't do that here. They do this. So they're like individual. There's like 2 on each side. So this is like 6 of them. It's kind of the cheaper way to go, actually, because you don't have to buy a whole pack of them or anything, and maybe this doesn't last too long. So I don't really know completely. It says Menta Forte, which is like strong mint, and this is Noraver is the name of it. And there's like you can see there's 6 here, and you can see that one's missing, which means that I took one earlier. Now here's the funny thing about this. So they're little tablets. They're not like they don't look like pills or anything. They look like, I don't know what it like. It looks like a piece of candy. It's like, it's about that big, and you pop it in your mouth. At least I assumed that you pop in your mouth, and I did that. And then afterwards, I'm looking at the instructions, and the instructions say, let's see, over 12 years, dissolver lentamente en la boca. So I translated that, dissolve in the boca. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, I popped it in my mouth. I don't have a boca. I don't even know what a boca is. And then I just realized like, oh wait, boca is my mouth. So that I did that correctly. Now I would tell you that I was expecting this to be like like a Halls or something, something along those lines. And it is not. So how many of you remember like Cepacol or chloroseptic? Does anyone remember that? Does anyone remember Cepacol or chloroseptic? Let's see, did I miss anybody? Jared, I got you, right? Yes, I am still congested. And here's the thing, right? I am still congested. Again, I'm not sick per se. It's an altitude thing, and you can get it when you go through rapidly changing altitudes. So at the beginning of the week or last weekend, I was in Bogota, which is 9,000 feet above sea level, and then on Monday, we came back down to 7,000 feet above sea level. And just that difference is like the next day, boom, kicked in. So that's kind of what I'm battling here. It's not painful or anything. It's just, I just have a head full of snot. So let's get back to this for a second. So I popped one of these in my mouth, and I was asking if you guys remember like chloroseptic or what was the other one I said? Chloroseptic or Cepacol, right? So that was like a spray. It was like a spray. You spray in the back of your throat, and it kind of numbs your throat. Well, that's exactly what this is. So the thing is you're dissolving this on your tongue, which means that essentially you're numbing your whole mouth. You're numbing your throat at the same time, but you're also numbing your whole mouth. So I'm thinking like, well, it's a good thing I did that early, because the last thing I want to do is do a live stream where I'm reviewing products and my mouth is numb. That just doesn't make any sense. But it just like took me by surprise. It was like taking a shot of chloroseptic. Just like drinking a shot of chloroseptic, washing my mouth out with it. So that's where we are. So I missed you guys. I really missed you guys. I was actually considering not live streaming today. And I was mentioning that to Claudia, and she goes, "No, you can't. You haven't done it in 2 weeks." And I'm like, I know. And so I missed you guys, and I hope you guys missed me. And I'm like, I'll apologize for the sound of my voice, but but it's there, and I'm doing whatever I can to not cough. I have these what is it? Decongestant and antihistamines. Again, they don't sell them in a box. They don't sell them in anything. It's just like they just give you one of these and a little, for some reason, little red gel caps. And so you can see there's 2 missing. One last night, one today, 12 hours apart. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And so, like I said, I'm okay to do a live stream. I was a little bit on the fence about it, and then Claudia kind of convinced me, no, you haven't done it in 2 weeks. You really need to do your live stream. She's absolutely right. So here I am. Let's see. In the meantime, who did I miss? Everybody's saying hi to each other. I'm seeing that. Ice Hand, I did not catch Ice Hand. Miguel Rangel, I did not catch Miguel. Oh, Tom is here. Old guy in Colorado. Welcome, Tom. Glad you could make it. Let's see who else. I think that's it for now. The little number. There, I got it. The little number says 8. It says there's 8 people in the room. I guess, that's, it looks a little bit different. I think they changed things a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm just untying my shoelaces. I'm going to kick back and take my shoes off for this. So, yes, since I was gone, the eucalyptus theme. Yes. So Jules, usually when we walk into town, it's like about, I don't know how many, I think it's 2 miles. It's 2 miles to walk into town. And on the way, there's some eucalyptus, so I pulled some off, and with the intent of taking that home, putting it in a bowl of hot water, putting it in a towel over my head, breathing that in. And when I got it home, I realized it looks like eucalyptus, but it does not smell like eucalyptus, and so that was pointless. So next time I go out, I will try to find some eucalyptus and bring it home and do exactly that, because I know her chloroseptic nice lady. You live next door to Chlora, right? Yes. So getting back to Miguel's point, yes, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne and Chuck Mangione. Ozzy had a rough life, which is mostly due to Ozzy, and it was really no surprise that he had a demise. But it's really kind of nice that he had that big send off, which was that big final concert with Black Sabbath and a bunch of other bands and stuff like that before he went. So it was, I think it's 3 weeks before he died. So that's kind of cool. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying, "Did you ever see Ozzy live?" And I said no, and then I stopped myself and I go, no, wait, I did see him live. I just didn't see him sing. So when Claudia and I lived in the LA area, we went to a lot of tapings of shows, a lot of pilots and stuff like that. Because it's free to go, and you just get a ticket and you go in and you sit in the audience. And like if you're doing a sitcom can run a little bit longer than the sitcom itself. If you're doing like a talk show, like The Tonight Show or something like that, or Jimmy Kimmel, you're there for the length of what is the show. They don't usually do a lot of retakes or anything like that. It's usually the length. You're there for the length of the show. They take a break where they would put a commercial and everything, but it's usually that length. Now the thing we went to with Ozzy it was like Ozzy's family doing. It wasn't like his the show he was doing with the Osbournes. It wasn't like that. It was supposed to be like a variety show. And I can't even remember like some of the people he had on it. And I don't know if it ever aired. I know he had Miss Piggy on there. It's like the Osbournes with Miss Piggy. And we were locked in that studio because they didn't want you to leave, right? We were locked in that studio for like 5 hours, 5 solid hours. And they were making it up as they went along. They didn't know what they were doing. They were like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So I did see Ozzy live, but it was when they were taping this variety show, I suppose, for lack of a better term. Has anybody seen that? Do you know? Was that ever aired? The Ozzy or the Osbourne family's variety show? Did it ever air? Because we, like I said, we spent 5 hours in the audience watching that not take place and whatever, and it was a nightmare. It was just whatever. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, a lot of celebrity deaths over the past couple of weeks. So Connie Francis, Brian Wilson. That was a little ways back, wasn't it? Brian Wilson, like a month or so ago, maybe. I haven't seen it either. I never saw that it aired or anything like that, so I don't know. So yeah, you'll see me drinking hot tea with lemon and honey. My voice will be a little funky, but at least you'll have it. And again, I missed you guys. I really wanted to do this, but you know, it is what it is. So did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody who like came into the room while I was busy yapping? Did I address everybody? First album I bought was Sabbath's first album. Oh, wow. I think the first album I bought was probably Sgt. Pepper's, but it had been out already because I think the first album I bought was probably around 1974, 1975, something like that. And it was Sgt. Pepper's. I think after that, maybe Frampton Comes Alive, BTO's Not Fragile, if I remember correctly. What else? Those are the ones I remember as far as the early albums that I bought. Michael Madsen, that's right. Like I said, a lot of celebrities. Gould said it was called Osborne's Reloaded, and only one episode was aired on Fox. Well, I mean, he says only one episode was aired. I don't think it was an. Oh, well, I guess maybe it was. It was an episode because it was a live variety show. And I'm not surprised that only one episode was aired on Fox. I doubt they, like after that one was done, they even decided to do another one. So I'll have to see if I can find it somewhere just so I can watch it and remember who was in it. Because I know they did have a couple of people come on. Bridge of Sighs. So that's just kind of a random quote, Miguel. I'm hoping that you're not suggesting that Robin Trower has died. That would suck. You know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. We all have an expiration date. We don't know what it is, but we all have an expiration date. And I think, like, you know, some people like at 99, they're like, oh my God, gone way too soon. Like, really? Because, you know, we don't live forever. And it's just so funny because our idols are, you know, when they pass on, we're just like, oh my God, that's so sad. But at the same time, a huge body of work, or you know, or have done a lot and had a full life. So it's not always. I mean, you know, death is sad to a certain extent, but at the same time, you need to celebrate their achievements in their life. So it's inevitable. Is going to happen to every one of us. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say like it's going to happen to you guys, but it's not going to happen to me. So you know, it's been a rough couple of weeks. My boss emailed this morning. One, I'm like, oh shit, that's. Excuse my French. I think it's French. Maybe it's German. That's tough, Jules, because that's like that hits close to home when it's somebody that you know. She was sweet and that. I'm sorry to hear that, Jules. Yeah, that's really rough. I mean, it was funny because I mean not funny, but so my mom died last July. And then this July passed, and I was like, oh wow, it's been a year since my mom died. And somebody says, what day did she die? And I'm like, I don't remember. And they're like, why not? I'm like, I don't want to remember the day she died. I don't want to celebrate the day she died every year and everything. I remember her birthday was June 12th, and I'll always, you know, think of her on her birthday on June 12th. But I'm not going to remember her on the day that she died. I just, you know, it's not like that's something I want to remember. So there we go. All right, so we have a bunch of Colombian snacks in store for you, some unusual stuff, some maybe not so unusual stuff, but there was a couple of other things that I wanted to bring to you and I wanted to share with you before we get into that. Oh yeah, Val sounds great. Okay, so let's see. The first one is this. So like, what is this? Well, this is Mothra in its larva stage, or it's a water bear with the feet cut off, maybe. I don't know. But we were at Saturday Farmers Market, the Mercado here in South America. On Saturdays, they have big, you know, farmers market, and they have all kinds of fruits and vegetables and everything. And they have guanabana the size of your head. Guanabana, The size of your head. They have all kinds of unusual things. And so every time I go, I'm like, ooh, I've never seen that before. I want one of those. And this is one of those. This is one of those things that I've never seen before. And I wanted one. I mean, it just looks like some kind of, thank you, Jules, right on time. It looked like some kind of giant larva. This is, as far as I can tell, Tropaeolum tuberosum. It's sometimes called mashwa, anyu, isanyo, or cubio. It is a tuber crop, which means, like a tuber, like a potato. It is a tuber crop native to the Andes. Due to their strong flavor, they are not eaten raw, but stewed, baked, or fried. Now, this one looks like it's going to go south soon. And so I'm going to film this as an episode, and hopefully my voice will carry through there. But I'm going to film this as an episode, and I will do this like several ways. I will fry it. I will bake it. I will maybe steam it and mash it. And we'll try a couple of different things to see what this guy tastes like. But I wanted to share this with you just because I thought it was so unusual. All right. So that's one thing. Let's see. I want to make sure I catch everybody and I don't miss anything. Let's see. Tom said he loved that album, Miguel Rangel. What album was he talking about? I didn't see Miguel Rangel mention an album. I missed that. Oh, wait, I have live chat on. Good. Okay. Only thing I like to remember from when Grandma passed away was that we were together. She loved that. I agree. I think she just waited till we all got there, and then she just decided to get out of my room. I want to go. That's exactly how it went. We were waiting. It was around 9 o'clock at night, and she wasn't like responsive or anything, but I think her general demeanor was probably like, okay, you guys are here. I got to see you and everything, but go home so I can go. And we did. We went home, and then 2 hours later got the phone call that she had gone. So we had family get together that typically would not get together. So that was kind of nice. And then Julie and also my niece Angie were very, very helpful and instrumental in taking care of my mom's affairs when she passed, because they called us up. We had to go to the place where she lived and take care of all the arrangements and everything else like that. And like I said, Julie and Angie were really, really helpful. So thank you, Julie, and Angie, if you're watching, thank you as well. I think you've seen Angie. Jules, we did a live stream, I think, with Angie, right? Do you remember which one that was? That wasn't the one that we did for my mom, was it? The one where we had the Italian sausage with the onions, pepper, and hair in it? Was it that one? All right. So I showed you this thing, which I'm going to eat, and I want to show you this. I thought this was really interesting. We were in a not a dog food store, but a store for dogs, stuff for dogs. Food, beds, pee pads, all that kind of stuff. And I saw this there, and clearly in English, it says beef sprinkles. It's Pancho's Kitchen, natural dog food, dog and cat treats, or snack para mascotas. And this is beef sprinkles. So I look at the ingredients. The ingredients are carne de res deshidratada, which is dehydrated beef. That's all that's in here, dehydrated beef. Pancho's Kitchen. Now it goes into Spanish. I don't really completely understand it. I don't see anything here that says that it is not fit for human consumption. It is basically dehydrated beef. So we're going to try this today. I've not given this to Doodle yet. I will give some of this to Doodle. I have not yet, but if it passes my seal of approval, I will.